we are in celebration mode. I went into Vallarta this morning, and everyone was staring at me.
He looks on me.
I don't know why. Like, what is
That's what I was thinking.
He looks on my face. But clearly, this isn't my everyday Friday outfit. This is how I feel, right? To me, this is celebration. And so I am super excited that we get to have a wedding tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? And the celebration begins today.
Tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You have it on your calendar?
I have it on my calendar.
So what we wanted to do is because we unfortunately we couldn't invite everyone that we wanted to invite, and that's you guys, right? Some of you have been asking, hey, where's my ticket? And I keep saying, I mailed it, it must have got lost. But the truth is, we just couldn't invite as many people as we wanted to. But so this morning, we're just bringing the wedding to you, right? And so, starting with the food. I believe that joy can be contagious, right? Just like a yawn is contagious, right? Just like laughter is contagious. By the way, Johnny Swim, we love Johnny Swim. In case you guys never heard. I believe that is contagious, right? And so for us, we obviously are experiencing. Are you experiencing joy?
Yeah, and excitement.
Joy, excitement, even with kind of a ball of like stress, because there's just been a lot going on. And before I go on, we should introduce an amazing woman, the maid of honor.
Yeah, Emily.
So guys,
Okay,
everyone say hi to Emily.
She's from California originally, but she's out in Washington. That's where she does her ministry. So
happy to be here, guys.
Yes.
best maid of honor.
Best maid of honor, and you happen to be standing in front of our Emily. That's a cool
Name.
So I just want to share a quick thought before we do just one thing for you guys, and that's that for me, in order to get this celebration, in order to experience this joy, I experienced disappointment, right? So I want to just kind of speak to that. I want to speak to this idea that that we experience highs and lows in life. Right? We experience awesome things, but we also experience really hard things. Okay? And today I want to celebrate, but I also really want to encourage those of you who might be in a hard season. Those of you who might be in a place that I was 2.5, 3 years ago. Right? Many of you don't know this because you're new, but the former students definitely know this because I actually was very transparent in my journey. But 2.5 years ago, I went through a divorce. I went through a disappointment. I went through a heartbreak. And that was a very difficult thing. And it was one of those things that really felt like a death, right? It really felt like a loss. It really felt like something that is broken, right? And just unfixable. And that was really hard, right? That was just 2.5 years ago. Okay? But I'm here to encourage you guys and to proclaim this truth that God is the restorer and fixer of broken things. That God can take those disappointments and those points of disappointments and turn them around to points of celebration. And so, if there's anyone in the room here this morning that feels like there's been something that's happened in their life, guys, and I know you guys many of you are too young to be married or have experienced that, some of you have. But whatever disappointed that is, it could be your father left, it could be past abuse, it could be the fact that you didn't finish high school at Monroe or Van Nuys or whatever high school that you were supposed to finish. Maybe that disappointment. And maybe you're in a place where you don't see hope. Maybe you're in a place where you're like, man, that thing died. That hope that I had, that thing that I had, it died. It's gone. I'm here to tell you through my life experience, through what I'm experiencing, that God is able to not only fix, but improve. Right? Not only can he take your situation and change it, but do it in such a way that's better than what it was. And so my relationship with Ilse in 8 months far exceeds what I experienced. Right? The relationship that I have with her, the connection, the possible life we have together is so much better, so much cooler than what I was grieving, 2.5 years ago. And so when I say I want to celebrate, I don't want to celebrate that Ilse and I are getting married by itself, because that's obviously really cool. Right? We're really excited. I'm wearing suspenders, guys. But I want to celebrate something deeper. I want to celebrate that God is faithful and that God is able.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what you've gone through. If you trust him, if you seek him, if you surrender to his will, he will turn things around where you too will have reason to celebrate. Now, unfortunately, I think a lot of us, and I have in some times in my life, we allow these things to push us away from God and doubt God. And because we've experienced hurt and disappointment, we say, God doesn't exist. He's not for me. I've called out to him. But no, guys, this didn't happen overnight for me. And Ilsean shares her story. Her waiting was much longer. Right? She had to go through the same amount of seeking God actually for much longer. But what I'm saying is, in order for you to get to that place of celebration, you do have to commit yourself. And it's not going to happen overnight. You have to practice faith. You have to practice trust. That's what we're learning to do. And so the result is we get to throw a party with Connect 4. And you guys remember Sarah Hayes?
Yeah.
She made this sign. Right? Is that amazing?
Oh.
You guys thought I did it, huh? Because you've seen my handwriting?
What's it say? We can't see
Sit
it.
where your heart desires.
Sit where your heart is.
In the back.
Yeah, I think for me, just want to share this, and one thing that I've been meditating on, well, two things. One, I feel like God man's rejection, because that's what I felt, almost 8 years ago now. Man's rejection was God's protection, and also God's redirection. And sometimes because we are so human, we long for human acceptance. And the truth is that Jesus also, it says he was rejected and despised. And so if you've ever been rejected or not accepted by someone, the truth is you're in a good company, because Jesus was there too. But the one thing that before he even chose me, if we can put it that way, before Carlos chose me, my heart was so secure in knowing that I had been chosen by God, that I was precious to him, that he was the one that had accepted me, and he did over 2,000 years ago by being on that cross. And that's where my security came from, and that's where I was able to heal from the rejection, though it was painful, though it was something I would have never wanted. It was something that, and back then I remember people would tell me, because they try to comfort you when you go through something hard. They're like, it's okay, like, hope deferred makes the heart sick. And I'm like, why you keep quoting that to me? I know it, because I'm living it. But then another part to that verse, which I'm totally paraphrasing because I can't remember it word by word, but it says, but when hope comes to be, like, oh, the joy, or the greatness, the goodness that comes from it, so there's two parts. If there's going to be things that are going to hurt, there's also going to be things that are, like Carlos said, that are going to come to life. So just know that whatever rejection, maybe you don't get into the college you want, or maybe you don't get into the school you want, or maybe you don't get the job you want. Like, maybe it's God's protection and we can't see it, and maybe it's God's redirection because he has something so much better for your life. So you're the better thing for my life. Thank you. So just remember that that, like he said, God is faithful, and I think that's what we're celebrating, God's faithfulness more than anything else.
Yeah, and I've been thinking like Ilsean had to date a lot of frogs before she got to her prince.
Okay.
So, here's I didn't prepare Ilsean for this, but because we're bringing the wedding elements to you guys, we plan on eating and we plan on playing games and having cool signs, but we also plan on dancing. And so Ilsean, would you share a dance with me? All right, so we're gonna dance for you guys, and I have a perfect song for this. And you guys could stand up.
Oh, you know,
I don't know what you want to do. We had said that we would dance every opportunity we get.
True.
So this is one of those
Did
opportunities.
you guys take dancing classes? Just out of here.
Yeah.
Most
We just pretend we know.
They were on Dancing with the Stars. They don't need it.
Oh.
Notice that we are leaving room for the Holy Spirit. This is what good Christians do.
I'll show you a world where time can stand still if you let me.
You like chose the slowest song.
'Cause money can buy me a diamond and fame, but ours is a rock story for every age. I'll be the writer and you'll be my page if you let me. It doesn't matter where we are. Stuck in
So the lyrics say it doesn't matter where we are. I like to think even at Cloudify. Alright, let's give this precious bride a hand, guys. So Ilsean has a busy day, and so thank you, Ilsean, for being here.
Thank you, guys.
We just wanted to share the love. So we can turn on the lights. That was the shortest wedding ceremony.
Yay! Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.